If you're jumping into the world of video games for the first time, where do you start? In this video, I will show you some best PS4 games for beginners. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Detroit Become Human. Detroit Become Human is a large, sophisticated game that is also incredibly easy to pick up and play, making it an excellent place for a newcomer to begin. Detroit is a future game by Quantic Dream that chronicles the narrative of three separate androids. A narrative-driven adventure, players are guided through the story, meaning there's little room for error. Detroit is also a great PS4 game for beginners as it showcases the capabilities of modern video games. It looks incredible. It's very much like taking part in an interactive movie. Next up we have Horizon Zero Dawn. Horizon Zero Dawn might be one of the greatest simple games on PS4, thanks to a variety of difficulty choices. It has an easy and a story mode, both of which lower the difficulty of battle. It's the ideal environment for newcomers to video games since it allows you to concentrate just on exploring the world and enjoying the tale. On the game's easiest difficulty, players will soon get used to the mechanics of shooting. It truly is a joy to play, even if you're a beginner. Next up we have Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Spyro Reignited Trilogy is a recreation of three original PS1 games that is a great place to start for anybody new to gaming. Each of the collection's three games is a 3D platformer. You'll be granted miniature planets to explore at your leisure, and while you do so, you'll come across items and encounter numerous foes. Combat is a simple process involving the pressing of one or two buttons, making the controls relatively intuitive. Next up we have What Remains of Edith Finch. What Remains of Edith Finch is a fantastic game that we suggest to everybody, especially novices seeking for simple PS4 games. The game features a lot of roaming around as the plot unfolds around you, similar to Firewatch. You'll discover that Edith's family was victims of a horrible curse in her childhood home, a wonderful yet enormous structure that her family never completely stopped building. You can't go wrong either, and there's no such thing as game over, making it the perfect PS4 game for beginners. Next up we have Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection. Nathan Drake is one of PlayStation's most recognizable characters, thus his first three games are a great place to start for anybody new to gaming. Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection contains Uncharted 1, 2, and 3, which are all action-adventure games that take players on an epic journey. It provides a great introduction to video games, not to mention the games look fantastic and pack an engaging narratives too. Especially if you lower the difficulty, Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection is one of the best easy games for beginners on PS4. Next up we have Journey. Journey is a PlayStation 3 indie adventure game that we enjoy just as much now as we did when it originally came out in 2012. It's a timeless story in which you play as a mystery-robed figure who doesn't communicate during the ASIC. Journey is remarkable in that it is an entirely silent trip in which no one speaks a single language. To figure out where to go, players must rely on their surroundings and contextual cues. Next up we have Marvel's Spider-Man. Who doesn't want to be Spider-Man in New York? A Spider-Man game with gameplay that equal the original PS2 game, whether it's swinging or battle. It's highly addicting and gratifying to swing about the city and complete side objectives. The narrative is intriguing and well written, with villains such as Electro, Rhino, and Mr. Negative. It's the game that most closely resembles the Arkham games. It's also a PS4 exclusive, which means it's a must-have. Next up we have Doom 2016. Doom is an aggressive first-person shooter that has no qualms for violence and gore. It's a remake of the original, but with incredible combat and fun level design. A sequel is in the works with more demons and weapons. It saved the FPS genre from becoming stale. Bethesda's classic franchise can stand the test of time. You definitely should play this if gameplay is king is your mantra. Next up we have Oxenfree. Oxenfree is a 2D supernatural adventure about a group of adolescent teenagers on an island similar to the one in Lost. Characters don't talk like robots, but employ conjunctions like where was I again, oh, and, which adds variety to the game. For a tiny budget, the visuals are charming and wonderfully animated. Supporting independent devs who innovate in the game business is always a good idea, so do your part. Next up we have Titanfall 2. You're undoubtedly familiar with them as the creators of Apex Legends. The makers of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 formed a corporation to completely achieve their idea. As a pilot, you command titanic mechs that are formidable and have a wide range of weapons. This game rose to prominence because to a compelling plot and combat that rivaled any Call of Duty. It may not have sold well, but it is considered a cult hit in the gaming community. So that's the list of 10 best PS4 games for beginners. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff, and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.